Oh, there we go. I can't see anything. My glasses aren't on. Right, hang on. You have to excuse me. I've just been out in the rain. I got absolutely soaked wearing t-shirt and shorts. Oh my god, it's bright.
It's very bright.
Why is everything so bright?
You're, like,
We're full screen today. Ho Oh,
what is this thing? Why has everyone got crowns?
Yeah.
I'm the queen.
yeah. What's the hang on? Whoa, what is that? Is that a YouTube update thing? Hang on. Number one.
I don't have a crown.
That's got to be like. I don't know what it means actually. Top fans. Wait, are you getting XP by chatting?
Art graphic design is number one.
Or is it just the I think it might just be just this stream. So the people who chat the most in the stream. So Poppy, if you say lots of things, then you become a top fan? I don't know. I got no idea. Right. Brain, please start functioning. It's throwing me that it's so bright. Oh well. Never mind. Right,
Oh,
mouse.
I'm climbing up on number 3 now.
I want to play. Hang on. Can I enter? Hello. Blah blah. Oh, I can't. Oh, what? This is bullshit. I can't play. Everyone's just going to be spamming nonsense to be number one now.
Yeah. This must be like a YouTube.
Don't let Poppy take number one. Take her down, chat. Oh, right. What are we doing? What are we doing? That's a good question. Ooh, I'm looking pink today. I've caught the sun. Rianne, did you catch some sun recently? Also, I've set up a soundboard. I just want to see if this works. Let me know if you can hear something. Let me know if that's playing. And what the music to... Oh my god, that's so... Yeah, it's distracting as well. All I can see in the chat is just big purple crowns everywhere. Yeah.
Wait,
oh.
what music?
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Cheese segment. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh god, yeah, I've got to disable this crap. It's... How do I disable it? Top fans. Where's the disable button? Alright, it's enough of that. There we go. I've installed a soundboard, so I had to play around with it and just check it actually worked. How does anyone know how to disable the leaderboard thing? Oh, no, don't end the stream. I'm clicking around now. I'm nearly clicking the wrong things. Yeah, you're first. You win, Paul. Do 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 do. Right. Dee dee dee. Be gone. Yeah, you win, Paul. I don't know how to disable it, so if someone does know how to disable it, that would help my eyes. And by the way, if anyone does want to submit their work, there is a link in the description to join the Discord and then post in the design review channel. Do 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 do. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, please. Please help me, Paul. Right, let's get started. Let's grab some designs. And if you're on my mailing list, this one might look familiar. I just sent an email out about font choices in design, very, very important. And it had a little bit of a redesign for this one at the top. So there's two different versions here for Asian restaurant. I'm just going to go with the left one, really. They're kind of very similar. But yeah, so we're just going to go through this and then we're going to tweak this and just clean it up, make it a lot easier to understand. So first of all, I need some music. Goodness me. Do do. Do do do. Oh, it's been ages since we've done one of these. God, I can't even remember. Far too long. Where's the Discord link? Sorry, it's in the stream description. So it's a link to join the community. And that is, I want to say, fourth one down in the description. James Wells. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Dan,
Yes.
Emily says hi. She was outside.
Outside where?
Outside the house.
Outside the house?
She's just gone.
What's she doing outside the house?
They just looked at the house in Nazi.
Oh, they just looked at the house and now.
They really like it.
Oh, hi, Emily. You probably can't hear me, can you? Emily!
They've gone.
Hello! Oh, all right. Fine.
Oh, I've probably lost my space number 3 now.
Yeah. Come on, get down there. Get down to number 44.
Oh, wow. Number 6.
No, you're not. You just want to be number 6. Right. Right. So we have Asian restaurant logo design. Now, first of all, there's too much going on. Way too much. We've got the... I mean, it's kind of giving me more Italian chef vibes, if I'm honest. But we have the chef hat. We've got the tash. We've got a very kind of linear outline around the face, which kind of conflicts with the styling and the solid fill of everything else. We've got different colors here, very, very similar, but different. So ideally we want to get this design working in a single color, just so you've got that flexibility. The font choice on its own isn't too bad, but then this whole floral thing here, like, it's just that small size, that level of detail. It's more illustrative, which is great. I'm doing this now. Doing my Italian kind of, hey, it's pretty good. There's too much detail in there. So at that small size, you're just not going to see that detail. Same here on the tash. We've got this kind of detail here, which is just so similar in color. And then just to give you an example of this, if we were to scale this down, say for a website, you know, that's your website header sort of size. And actually that's not even, that's being generous. You know, you can't really make out a lot. So it's not really practical and scalable. There's way too much going on. Spacing on the left and the right here is inconsistent, so the symmetrical nature of it, which it very much is leaning into that, isn't symmetrical. And then adding these dividers doesn't really do anything but create these odd pockets of space around here. So you've got lots of spacing here on top and not a lot of spacing on bottom. So there's a whole myriad of things that we can improve here, but the good news is it's really, really simple. So let's first of all grab this one and we'll make a new artboard, paste. So I say this all the time, what you want to do is you want to kind of lean in. If you're going to do something visual like this, you know, like you are a coffee brand and you have a coffee bean in your logo, or you know, you're a fishmonger and you've got a fish in the logo. It's fine, it makes sense. But you want to lean into kind of one thing. So you could kind of, well, first let's ungroup everything. We could play around with this. Let's get rid of the hands. You know, you could lean into this aspect of it. The whisk and the spatula. But if I had to pick an element that felt more culturally relevant, whether it's Asian or Italian, whatever, I'd probably lean more into this. You know, these are just kind of inanimate objects, they're tools, whereas this actually conveys at least a little bit more, perhaps, about the culture behind the cuisine. So, again, like I said earlier, we've got a mix of different styles here. So they've gone for a more illustrative style. We've got different stroke weights. That's fine. That's cool. We can work with that. We've got the tache here as well. So first of all, we need to pick a style. We're either going linear or we're going with like a solid fill. And I think because most of this has got like a solid fill and this more illustrative style, this thin linear style for the face and this little bit here, we're just going to get rid of that. You know, there's bits and pieces here. So we're going to lean into one. We've got this random white cutout. Let's get rid of that. Go to outline mode with Command or Control Y, and we're just going to check it's clean. And then get rid of these little details. So this is our starting point. We're just cleaning this up. Now, someone mentioned earlier that we don't have any eyes. I would actually argue that not having the eyes could make this better as an identifiable mark. So we'll keep the tache. And we don't want to squish it up too high, or do we? I don't know, maybe a bit. Bring it a little bit closer together. But I'd say something like that, just cleaning it up and having the characteristic of the tache with the chef hat is better as a mark. If we start adding in eyes and things, you end up going back down that more illustrative route rather than something that is simple, scalable, and symbolic. These dividers do nothing but constrain things and create problems. So we're going to get rid of them. And this is kind of something I bang on about all the time. Less is more. Less is more, less is more, less is more. Because it really is. Font-wise, if you got that email I sent earlier on, I said, I think it was number... Actually, I forget which point it was. It was like 4 mistakes that can ruin your designs in terms of fonts and typography. When it comes to fonts, using Arial or Times New Roman, like the most basic fonts that are on literally every computer in the world ever, using those fonts and their different weights, spacing, alignment, the tracking, which is the spacing between the letters, getting your leading, which is the line spacing, getting all of those things correct, even with a very basic font like Arial or Times New Roman, is going to be infinitely better than picking the wrong font. Or even worse, picking the wrong font and then using it badly. And I'm going to demonstrate that now. So this font, yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's got some elements I like, but the R is a no-go. So I don't know if that's got an alternative character. No. Right. So we're just going to use Times New Roman. We're going to type Asian. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is here. We'll go Times. And then we're going to do restaurant. Now we're leaning into the whole centrally aligned thing here, so we're going to center this. Now let's get rid of that. Pop it up there. And you can do this. You could have both elements kind of on the same sort of level, but we can actually introduce a bit more hierarchy into this, and we could put emphasis on the word Asian, which is the type of cuisine. Let's get it down. Do you know how to animate a logo in After Effects? Yes, there's actually an entire lesson on that in my Illustrator Masterclass. It's towards the end of the course if you've enrolled in it. So it takes a logo and... What logo is it? I can't actually remember what logo it is. That's going to annoy me now. But yes, we do. We animate a logo in After Effects. And it shows you that workflow going from Illustrator to After Effects as well. By the way, there is a link if you want to enroll in my courses. Like if you just want to learn how to design professionally, learn the tools and how to use them professionally, there's a link in the stream description. So yeah, we're going to put emphasis on this. We could keep this lowercase. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes, so what I want to do here is I want to increase the tracking, which is, remember, is that letter spacing. And you can get away with this sometimes. Sometimes I think lowercase, it can Can look a bit funny. It depends what font you're using. And for goodness sake, don't do this with a cursive font. Just won't look good. Many of those fonts are designed to have the letters connected up and they can look really beautiful. As soon as you break all those connections, it can look really weird. So we could do something like that. Or what we could do is go caps. And this can be quite nice sometimes. You have a bit of, you know, you have a title case, an uppercase, and it just creates a bit more variety. Now with this, what you could do is you can line things up like this. So everything lines up left and right, has to be perfect, pristine, or you can go larger, or you can go smaller. Not too small though. So either of those is fine. If you do this, to me, that's just sloppy. Same goes for a bit smaller. That just is almost lined up, but not quite. It's just sloppy. So I would pick one or the other. So I'm probably going to go a bit smaller. You see there? So it looks intentional rather than just like me being a bit lazy or not being aware of kind of those things when it comes to alignment. For the Asian text, I'm going to actually increase the spacing between the letters slightly, but not too much. Now I need to make everything the same color ideally, so let's just pick a black for now. And if you get these question marks appear for your stroke or fill, it can be a bit of a pain to get rid of. Illustrator doesn't really know what to do and you can't do anything. So just pick a random color, and then once you've picked a random color, you can set it to none. And spacing wise, we're just going to nudge this a bit closer. Now the word Asian is quite symmetrical. We've got the I here with the dot that's very prominent in the middle. And we've got the moustache here that's very symmetrical as well. So a bit extra is to try and line the eye up with the moustache without throwing off the design. And the reason I'm going to try and do this is because you can see here, it almost just, I'm just going to shift it a little bit like this and see if I can get away with it. I think I can actually get away with that for the most part. If I need to, I could optically align this a bit by shifting that hat to the left maybe. And it's just those little extra details that just make everything look a bit slicker. Scale it up a bit. Right, so before, after. And there's more we could do as well, you know, if we wanted to really polish this up. The tash. Got a bit of a janky curve there. This doesn't really taper off too well, and the point is too fine. So what we're gonna do is slice this in half. There we go. So we've got one half, and then we're going to go into mirror mode. There we go. And now we're going to use the pencil tool to refine it. So we want this nice and smooth. So we're just going to draw over this existing path. I'm doing this with a mouse. So this point's going to be a bit tricky. What's the best way to do that? I think I might even pen tool that. We could draw it from scratch as well. So we're just going to subtract that and chop it off. Even there, the curve isn't particularly good. So let's try, I've got an idea. Let's try and use the pen tool. Doing this completely without any sort of reference. Ideally, you'd be tracing over something like this. But the main thing is just getting the anchor points in the right place. And Now, obviously that looks horrific, but because we've got the points in the right place, we can actually go in, we can tweak stuff. Line points up, bring them down. Pull you in. Let's go and work on this. All right, still tapering off a bit hard there. And then a little bit more roundedness over here. So we'll pull that out to the right. There's just lots of tweaking. And sometimes it's adjusting the position of the points as well. There's a lot of backwards and forwards. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to slice the end off there. Like that. And what we could do actually, grab both these points, and then we're going to go to, where are you? Average, pulls them both together. Yeah. And that's the great thing about this symmetry mode as well. You can just kind of pull all of this around in real time and just get everything kind of tapering off really nicely. Yeah, there we go. We're getting there. And then just bring this in. A little bit of overlap, I think. You see the difference? Let me just get that one out. And this one here could still do some improvement, but you can see we've refined it from sort of being crooked to just being a lot smoother. In fact, let's go in here and just see if we can smooth it a little bit. I do like the smooth tool. I mean, we could go for something even simpler. Let's just run the smooth tool over it. All right, let's push you up there. A little bit bigger. And let's get that dot on the eye. And something like this, you could even make the restaurant text a bit bigger. We could even go make it larger, but maybe we'll go for the same size. So it lines up at the sides. We just squeeze a bit more size out of it. We use the size of this word itself to determine some good spacing. Nudge it down a tiny bit. And I think this design as well, we can then do like a side version as well. So we'll group that, we'll scale it down. Then we've got a version that's kind of suitable for website headers as well. So there we go. So just to recap, what we've done is we've focused on just that one element that is a bit more culturally relevant to what this is about, this Asian restaurant. We've got rid of the dividers because they don't really serve anything apart from just, you know, causing more problems. They don't really add anything to the design. We've used a very simple font, just demonstrating that, you know, using simple fonts well is always going to be way more effective than using more creative fonts badly. And yeah, like I say, we've just focused on one element. We've made the colors more consistent. The design works black and white. And the changes we've made now, kind of not going to make it simpler, but make it scalable. So we can use this across print, across web, all sorts of different applications. And all of this is before we even get to color. You know, we could play around with color and all sorts. Right, sorry, I got to catch up on the chat now. Yeah, good point, Rianne. You could focus on a Japanese knife. I would say chopsticks, but that wouldn't stand out. Exactly. There are loads of other things that you could focus on. So whether it was chopsticks or a Japanese knife or whatever, like with logos, I would always just focus on one element. I see it like quite a lot where people would kind of have like a really creative logo mark, and then they'll also do something really creative with the lettering, and it just gets a bit too much. I would say just focus on one or the other. The Italian Asian restaurant. Exactly. Is it a must to use the exact same font when we design a logo? How do you mean the exact same font? Sorry. The same font as this, or? In the Discord. So if you want to submit your work, then there is a link in the description of the stream to join the Discord, and then in the Discord there is a design review stream. Right. Okay, next up we have another logo. Yes, I will have a look at yours in a little bit, Kyle. I will get to it. Oh, I see. Sorry. Yeah. So do you have to have the same font for each word? No, absolutely not. You can do, and you could have it exactly the same size, the same weight, or you could vary the weight. So the brand name could be in bold. You could have the tagline light, or you could reverse everything I just said. Yes, Kyle, if you've got an Illustrator file, do you want to tag that onto your post in the Discord? And then I can grab it and open it up and play around and stuff. Or you could use, you know, fonts that contrast and complement each other. So we did this the other day for Schmolex, the made-up fake Rolex brand. You know, that was all caps, Times New Roman again, I think, or Baskerville, one of those. And then the tagline was a clean sans serif typeface. I can't remember what it was, but they kind of play off each other quite nicely. Right, so we have LearnHub. I really like this in principle. I think there's just a few things we can do to make it more scalable. And this is a good example of what I was just saying, actually. I don't know what font this is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was something very close to Helvetica, if I'm honest. And I think creatively, this is cool. It feels distinctive. But again, it's not practical. There's too much detail. It's not scalable. So we're just going to work on this and just make it more fit for purpose. So let's copy this. And we'll make a new artboard. By the way, just to let you know, if you do enroll in any of my courses, whether it's the one in the description or any of the other ones, or if you've already enrolled in one, I'm here to support you as well. So if you like and value this sort of feedback and this input, if you're a student of mine, I'm here to support you. So if you want feedback on your work, you know, it's not just a course and like, there you go, have that, off you go, be done with you. If you want me to be there to help you as you learn and grow and just basically, you know, I've been designing for 20 years. It doesn't take 20 years to learn all this stuff. It just needs, I think, the right kind of instruction, which is what the course is great for, but then also someone who's been doing it for a long time to just kind of look at what you've done and go, yeah, no, change that, move that. I know I work with some of you in the Discord. We DM quite a lot, and the feedback that I get from that is it's just so useful to have someone to ask if you're not sure. And I think that's probably as well one of the, you know, fastest ways to grow is to, you know, work through the different lessons and the different modules, and then just, and I know that, again, there's some of you I do this with, they submit their work to me after each lesson or after each module. And it's not only great for me to see, but I'm able to then feed back on it to just help it get better and better as well. So exactly, that's exactly what we're going to do, Riam. Hey, Gary from Osaka. How you doing? Master Dan's always there for us. Exactly, even if he doesn't sleep. Which is bad for me, but good for everyone else. Hey Prince, the Discord link is in the stream description. I need to probably label it as a Discord link. I think it's called Community. I'm not sure actually. Is it Community or is it Discord? I'm going to check just before I confuse the heck out of everyone. Right, I need to, okay, it says join our community. I'm going to add Discord into that because I think, yeah, I think I waffle on about Discord and then people are like, it doesn't say Discord anywhere. Right, so first of all, what we're going to do is go into this and we're going to strip out some of the details that we don't need. These changes are so simple. I love it. This as well. It doesn't need to be so disconnected. So I don't want to completely dissect and ruin what they've done, but we are going to have to make some changes. So do something, this will try and match the same weight. Join it together. Yeah, too many different elements. Right, so we've got the feet there. In fact, I think in one of my Illustrator courses, the first class one, we do an owl graphic as well, which is hilarious. So let's do this with a rectangle. We'll round it off. We'll add a white stroke around the outside. And then this way we could simplify it actually. We don't necessarily have to have, do we? Does it look more like wheels then? Right, let's start stripping out all of this. Yeah, look, these tiny details here, they do not need to be there. It's too much. And this is the sort of process and how I would typically approach this. I would just start taking things away that either aren't practical or that don't really add anything. Okay, that looks a little bit like he's got wheels, but right, color-wise as well. We'll keep the whites in the eyes, but the problem is this is too close. So when this is a tiny size, this is just going to blend into the edge. So I'm actually going to move it a little bit further away. Different style here. You see here we've got a solid fill and no stroke. Here we've got a beak with a stroke. So we're going to get rid of all of this. Just keep it consistent. This blogger mark is just no strokes. We're just going with fills. The owl is cute, yeah. Hey Gary, yeah, if you join the Discord community linked below, and then there's a channel on the left called Design Review Submissions. Even if I don't get to it today, when we do the next one, which will be definitely not as long as the break from the last one, just throw your work in there, and it's good for me. It gives me like a pool of work to pull from, but I will get through them. Instead of one finger, give it 3 fingers, and it does look a bit wheelie, doesn't it? Okay. I mean, I gotta be honest. We could keep that. I'm almost tempted just to get rid of all of this. Do you know what I mean? Like, do we need all of that there? I don't know. Let's not be too hasty, Dan. We'll put a copy up there. I feel like if this were to be like an app icon or something, it's going to look a lot better with all that extra fluff not around the edge. The heart style is interesting. It sort of tapers, but it kind of is flowing really nicely, and then it straightens out a bit and looks a bit weird. So I'm just going to draw a new heart. Right, let's go down there. Flip it around. Do that. So let's grab a new heart, duplicate. And if you want to know how the hell I did that so quickly, that is covered. In fact, if you've enrolled in any of my courses, Iconic Shortcuts, there's lots of different ways you can do a heart. Right, so let's pop the new heart in there. Of course, we've got to get rid of the stroke. There we go, much better. The beak, style. Let's try something different. Just bring it. Now, a lot of the other elements of the design, even this one here, are very sharp. There's literally no rounded corners that I can see, apart from the feet. But the rest of the design is very sharp. So then having these rounded corners there feels out of place. So we're going to trim these off. We're just going to be a little bit more consistent with how we're treating everything. Did I do that correctly? Yes, there we go. So we're kind of going to go one way or the other with it. And we've done it for half now. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice this down the middle. Let's get rid of that half. And then we can just flip this half over, select them, merge them together. And then the gradient runs through the whole thing again. If you didn't want to go sharp edges, which actually I think it would look a little bit cuter, more cutesy with rounded edges. We'd need to do it for the beak as well, and maybe at the bottom of the heart. So we can definitely explore that. We'll just round these off a little bit, just a bit cuter. This one here, just round you off. So the whole thing just looks a little bit more cutesy. His wings could be like an open book. Nice. Very creative. Kanju. Maybe it's because of how I design. I don't like gradients and logos. I think it's going to be a personal preference. Obviously, there's the practical considerations of when you're printing, and certain types of print gradients are harder to reproduce in certain printing methods than other ones. Paul says maybe simple wings that are pointing down, like resting instead of in flight. Yeah, I mean, you definitely could integrate the wings into the design somewhere. I mean, another idea, actually. I'm sort of trying to focus more on taking the existing creative and just refining it and making it more usable, rather than completely reinventing it. But what about if we took this, we'll do a path offset, so it kind of creates another heart around the outside. We'll add the gradient to that. And then, so we kind of have the heart shape. We'll do something like this. Round off this corner again. Obviously that looks terrible until now. And if we slide, oops, if we move this over, this is going to look either terrible or really cool. Do you see what I mean? We've actually got more of an owl-shaped head, but we've actually also got that nice consistent width around the outside. Whereas the heart and then the kind of perfectly rounded thing before felt a little bit off to me. And I feel like that does look more like an owl. Or Wolverine, yeah, from the X-Men. Either way is flipping cool. And then what we could do is take this. We could try and make it even more cutesy. Let's make the eyes bigger. Much more of a feature. See the difference? Oops, it's a bit cross-eyed. Crap. Right. And then we could even try a single color version as well. So we'll knock all this out, unite everything together. Works in one color, fantastic. Compound path, so the gradient runs through the whole thing. Let's go for maybe a 45-degree angle on the gradient. Maybe. I don't know, maybe that's fine. Let's try 90. So you then have that full kind of one color treatment. And could even try the same thing here. Let's just see how it looks. Solid color. You could keep the gradient if you really wanted to. Oh, I don't know. Gradient or no gradient? Part of me sort of leaning no gradient. Yeah, and I love a good gradient as well. Oh, what the book shape at the top here? It was all intentional, Paul. Was not in any way just an accident that I've only just noticed since you pointed it out. It was it was all part of the plan. Yeah, Kyle, I would probably, obviously, given more time, I would play around with the size of the eyes and the whites, the ratio, just to kind of get the right level of cutesy. I like the gradient. Okay, take you start without me. Where you been, Kerry? You've been whizzing around causing trouble on the forklift, haven't you? Right, let's do a comparison. Let's do a comparison. Because I love me a good gradient, but I'm actually leaning the other way. Even if that makes me a terrible person. I'm sorry, I'm going to go no gradient. I am. Even if everyone hates me. It's got to happen. And we can do a nice, tasty before and after. Whoops, wrong bit. Let's grab you. Paste it in there. And you don't have to have that pink per se. You could do something like that. And having a simple mark like this as well does lend itself perfectly for an app icon. So we can mock that up. Show Monsieur Client Face. And if they didn't like the negative, that's fine. There's a light version as well. Or a black and white version. There's loads. Lots of flexibility. So this is where we started. Hopefully my camera's not in the way, actually. Yeah, okay. Just about. And this is where we ended up. Before. Oh, keeps wanting to zoom out. So cleaner, simpler, more scalable. How do you recharge yourself as a graphic designer? Literally get away from screens. Have time away from doing any design related things, and then I start to get a bit twitchy and I start getting ideas and I'm like, I need to open up Illustrator or Photoshop. You're over the gradient hype. Yeah, that's a fair question, Paul. Would they see it as an owl? And I think you could go in there and you could make it look more owl-like or grab a couple of other characteristics of an owl. Make it a bit more feathery. Owl. Let's look up. To remind myself what an owl looks like. Oh, it's pretty good actually. They do have like a sort of heart-shaped face, or at least a barn owl. Yeah, the ears. You could I'd probably tweak the ears to make them slightly more owl-like. And you could even like add some kind of furry, feathery details to the bottom. Something like that. Obviously a much cleaner implementation, but things that imply feathers or soft and fluffy. Okay, right. Boom. Right. Let's grab your file. Do. Oh, Victor, you absolute legend. Victor is a certified legend. Thank you for signing up to the courses, Victor.
Yay!
Amazing. You are.
Get our chicken sooner than.
Hey?
You didn't see my comment, did you?
No. Was it about. Did you say chicken then?
Yeah, our chickens.
Oh, no, I don't care about that. I thought you meant Gertwing's chicken.
No.
I thought you meant fried chicken.
Where is it? Buy the courses so we can get our dream house with chickens and goats and pigs, please.
And fried chicken.
Yeah, Gertwing.
As I was saying, Victor, as you're going through the course, if you've got any questions about design, your work, anything that I can do to help you progress, just honestly get in touch with me in the Discord or by email, and I will be there to help you. I honestly, I lurk in the Discord a lot. I'm always in the Discord, like every single day. So even if you're working at the weekend, just fire your questions over.
You never sleeps as well.
I don't. It's bad for me, but good for you. Hey, Eli.
Hey, Eli.
Right, we need to get onto our next one. Where is it? Kyle. Kyle. Okay, what are we doing? Ah, I've missed these. I've not done a design review for flipping forever. We should definitely do more. I quite like as well, not just critiquing things, but actually working on things. Is it more helpful, do you think, seeing me actually do stuff rather than just pointing out what's wrong? Or what could be like improved, actually trying to do it. Did I review this? I swear I reviewed this. Does this look familiar? I think I've reviewed this already, Kyle. Oh, I can't remember. I don't know. Oh no, that's going to drive me. We're going to review it again regardless, but I need to know now. Okay, mod your voice. Feel your voice, own your volume. Right, Kyle, seeing as you're in the chat, could you provide like a brief description what the project is for? Like, what is mod your voice in plain English that a lemon like me can understand?
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I want a 10-page essay on this company. Is this a real project? Is this like a fictional client? Like, give me the lowdown. This is just going to kind of help me tailor my feedback a bit more effectively. Lemonsky. There there definitely was a similar one, Audio Vibe or something that was kind of similar. Quick background on the logo. Right. This was something I had to do for my midterms activity, and I had to design and create the branding for my own app, and I went with an audio related app. Delicious. And I would just like to highlight that you've made my point, what I was saying earlier, very, very well. So thank you. Because what is this? Space Grotesque. I don't know what font this is. This is apparently no font whatsoever. Excellent, good job, Illustrator. But you've nailed the fundamentals here. Like I think when you use a font like this, you know, you've always got to be aware of the criticism. Oh, it's a bit safe, and sometimes it could be less distinctive. But like here, you've absolutely nailed it. You know, we've got a clear, bold font for the brand name. Spacing's good. You've used kind of, whether it was intentional or not, that same kind of trick of using the height of the tagline to space it from the logo type. The alignment's pretty good. I'd probably nudge it to the right a few pixels, but like we're splitting hairs there. I would look at how the tagline is going to be used, where it's going to be used as well, just to check that it's, if it is displayed really small, that this font carries enough weight. If it doesn't, you could just chunk it up slightly with a different weight, but just something to be mindful of. Yeah, stacks vertically as it is here, and then horizontally, so it kind of works in either orientation. So you kind of nailed that aspect. I think it's just the mark we need to look at. Or do we need to look at it? I don't know. That's what I'm going to try and determine in the next few minutes and just make it up as I go along. Right. Modu voice. Yeah, that is clean. Yeah. So that side of it. Chef kiss. Feels very medical. It does feel very medical. And I think that is largely because of this thing here. So yeah, actually, that is a really good point, Rianne. I feel like, yeah, this thing here, this mark is towing the line between medical and audio. And I feel like it's probably leaning more towards like an ECG monitor, ECG, the thing that measures your heartbeat. What's that called? It's got a name, isn't it? Hey, Asanka, if you want to send your project to me, join the community. There's a link to join the community in the stream description. And then there's a channel on the left called Design Review Submissions. Post it in there. If you've got Photoshop or Illustrator files, even better. Yeah, choosing, you got to understand what colors can represent. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like if we were going to go with this mark and we were going to choose like a blue color, I think you couldn't get more clinical and medical, could you? I keep doing this today. It's that flipping moustache at the beginning. Hey, he's a good designer. Oh dear. Right, where's my music gone? I need some heavy metal now. Do 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 do. Neon colors. Oh, interesting. Okay. Do you mean punchy or do you just mean like full neon? ECG, AKG. Okay, ECG. More curves. Yeah. So let's just, I'm going to go on Google and type in audio waves icon. So we'll just look at icons. Icons are always like a distilled version of something. If I type in owl icon, like from the logo before or something, it's really good. And you can get inspiration for how people have taken complex things with lots of shapes and lines and that and distilled it into a simple icon. So icons, when you're designing a logo, can be a really useful reference. Yeah, so a lot of audio waves like this. And again here, especially with this, we could very easily make this generically forgettable. We already have a very generic typeface, which, like I say, very well executed. But I feel like color, yeah, this is nice. So either color or the shapes, we need to do something to make it distinctive and less medical. So let's just have a play. So we could do something like that. And we could have another one that's like that. And then another one that fills the other gaps. So let's just kind of play around. We could actually get a nice little palette out of this as well. I'm just making this up as I go along, by the way. So if this turns out good or terrible. Yes, I've got the original. Cool. And squish it together, make it much more audio-like. I'm not sure. Audio, audio, audio. It's one of those things, Carl. Just part of design. You know, you can get so lost. You've probably seen this on the streams, down your own rabbit hole designing sometimes, that when you actually, you know what it is in your head and you show it to someone else who's never seen it before, and they'll go, oh yeah, that looks like this. And you're like, how did I not see that? Totally normal. Get rid of the horizontal. So we could do something with that. Could look a bit DNA-ish, like, you know, Jurassic Park, like we're trying to bring back the dinosaurs. You know, what is that? Is it Helix? Whatever. We don't really, you know, Mod Your Voice is now a dinosaur-centric pharmaceutical company. Rah. There we go. Fantastic. Audio. Audio. We could use lines. Ugh, just lines is so... Let's type in audio. See if we can get something. We've got speakers, we've got waveforms, lines. Feel your voice. I've forgotten what the blooming thing's for. You've told me. What's it for again? I feel like voice, audio, we need something. For my own app. Ah, audio related app. But what's it? Yeah, what's it for, Kyle? What does this brand do? Feel your voice, own your volume. Is it to do with voiceovers, microphones? We could do... Ooh. Yeah, let's try that then. Got MV. Haha. Da, 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 da. Nice. So, okay. I like that idea. We'll see if we can get it to work. So we got our M. We got our V. MV. Link it up. Again, it's obviously spiky, so we need to fix that. Let's push these a bit higher. Let's turn these into more of an M and a thicken it up. Oh, yeah, it was an M and a V shape, but it was the angles were just awful. Whereas this is just clean. Yeah, in fact, I do have an idea. We could get a custom M in there. You got a new idea. What is it? Yeah, so this is the point where I would look at it and go, crap, I need more artboard space. Flip it an egg. Let's move this. As a mark, I really like where that could go. But at the moment, the whole thing just blends. So how are we going to fix that? Yeah, we could round off the corners. Or we just need to create a break. So if this is where it could get tricky. If we add a break here, it's going to look like envy. If we have one there, it's kind of MI. So I think we would have to leave it as one thing and kind of have it as more of a subtle nod. We could have a custom M though. That is something we could do. So let's bring this down. Hey, Mike.
Yay!
Da, 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 da. I don't know what this is. That's not Tai Chi, is it? Is that like some sort of belly dancing or something? I don't know. Mike's our friend in real life who literally lives like 2 minutes away from us, and he's just joined YouTube. So if you want to learn Tai Chi or just literally relax and de-stress, check out Mike's channel. He's also an absolute legend, and he's also a medium, which makes him a double legend.
You just say he's a vegan.
He's no, he's a medium, a spiritual medium, not a vegan. I don't think I said vegan anyway. I don't know, Mike. I'm pretty sure Mike's not a vegan.
No, Mike likes the meat.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, Mike's had a burger at ours before. He's definitely not a vegan. I don't know, Mike. Have you had a Gert Wings yet?
Oh, God.
Yeah, the amount of times they've come to us for barbecues, like, it's definitely not vegan. Okay, right. Yeah, so we could actually use this as a custom M. Let's see how it looks. Got to be careful I don't typographically completely bastardize this. I might have to pull it in a bit more, actually. See, this is good because it's a simple, clean sans serif typeface. It does make it quite easy to design characters for it. You know, if this was like something a bit more script or decorative or something like that, it does get a lot trickier because you could start mucking around with letters, and if you don't know what you're doing, it's very easy to screw up. Do you see what I mean? So we're just kind of, we've got a custom M that is a bit of a nod to this. And there's quite a nice thing about this as well, actually. You see here the angle lines up between the two. There we go. I might tighten the kerning up a little bit as well. Bring you in a smidge. Hey, damn boy. Waste management company. Oh no. Oh, are you doing something, Kyle? Kyle, I've got the thing up. What's the thing? Yeah, if you where you uploaded the Illustrator file, if you just tag it there, I'll see it. Or even if it's just a sketch, if you've got an idea, sketch it out and I can show people. Yeah, this is obviously really rough. I love this idea. Whether this is the final version, obviously we don't want waste management company vibes. But oh goodness, I run out of space. And this sort of clean mark is like right up my street. I love this stuff. Can anyone hear that? My tumbly is my tumbly? My my tumbly. My tumbly's a bit rumbly. My tummy's rumbling. Oh my god.
Oh, you need to make your camera image smaller.
What's happening? What?
You're blocking.
Oh, it's my fat head's in the way. Hang on, let me just. I'll move it up there. There we go. Tumbly.
Oh, Mike.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Is that like a pie? Oh, I'd love some cherry pie.
Ooh.
Got the rumblies and the tumblies. Sorry, I suddenly became like a 5-year-old then. My tumbly's a bit rumbly. Oh, God. Right, so slightly more musical here with those curves. And again, we can adjust the roundedness of them. And I've got to kind of compensate here as well. Yeah, I love the angles here, and I think that custom M is pretty cool. Might be a little bit wide still, but I can squish this in. And also the M too close to the O, so kerning wise. Just going to space you apart a bit. Gradient's usually pretty good for audio as well, so oh, whoops. Hang on. So we can apply a gradient to a line. So let's do that. We can actually make it follow the path as well, which is great. So colors. So Rianne, you mentioned colors earlier. It's completely on brand for you, Datsky. What, tummy rumbles? Okay, audio colors. What we thinking? There were colors before, weren't there? Actually, yeah, solid colors. Yeah, in fact, I think this is very medical. Yeah, super medical. So I think we're going to go with something pretty cool and fun and exciting. So we're just gonna build out a little gradient and see where it ends up. Oh, I'm liking that. A bit different. Neon blue. I mean, there's so many. I feel like a gradient works perfectly here, and there's so many colors. That's kind of cool. I like the yellow to the pink to the blue. Or not even blue. Crazy cyan. You like that? Looking into using colors of frequency, perhaps. Frequency colors. What, frequency in general, or? Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that would have like a really nice kind of underlying bit of thought in there. Subtle, and no one will probably know, but it's considering it's audio based around audio. Yeah, that'd be cool. The colors we feel. Ooh. Is this what you meant, Moosh? So I think having a gradient running through these harmonizing colors would be quite nice. Right, we're now working dark mode. Okay, so let's try the purple, which then runs into a blue, which runs into a cyan. It's not too far away. Oh, I mean, yeah, generally I always love purple, blue, cyan. I've used that before. It's a nice combination.
Moosh sent a wave chart thing in the Discord.
Say what?
Moosh sent a wave chart thing in the Discord.
A wave chart in the Discord. Oh, right. Is that one specific waste management logo? Or I thought you meant like in general. It looks like it's universally recognized as waste management. That waste management logo reminds me of Subway. The colors for that are literally Subway. Oh, Kyle has sent a file. Oh, that rhymes. Nice. 10 points to me. Oh, nice. Yes, that is exactly the thinking. Yeah, that could be cool. I wouldn't replace the M with that. I would have that as like a thing. I'd maybe make the V a bit taller as well, so it kind of reaches the same height as the M, but I like the idea, yeah. I'm probably going to keep the sharp edges actually, because then it kind of fits with the type a little bit more, but you still get the roundedness of the waveform, and then it kind of marks the start and the end point as well. So let's expand, not the stroke. Actually, let's move you out of the way. Let's expand everything actually. I think I'm almost pretty wrapped on this particular version. Just trim you off at the top. Bush, 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 bush. So yeah, we've got clean, everything's super clean. And then we've got two versions here. We've got a white version and a black version. I'm going to get another artboard because this is just getting silly. I kind of like these colors. I mean, that does look cool, I suppose. And I think the gradient definitely helps. So let's just do like a reversed out dark mode kind of version. Sorry, I've gone keyboard shortcut mad. Pressing all the wrong buttons now. Key like that. Let's pop you there. And of course, we've completely ignored the tagline, but that's fine. We don't have to worry about that. The tagline's easy. Just chuck that underneath or whatever. We're just deleting the tagline. So yeah, if we just focus on the logo, just grab that, do a little before and after. So we've just kind of got some color into the mark itself. We've made it look less medical and a little bit more audio. Obviously, lots of refinement and work, and you could play around with loads of things like the example you sent, Kyle. Anything sort of waveform related, combining the sort of elements of the M and the V as a subtle, nice little nod, and then we've carefully added a custom M without completely screwing up the type. It still feels like it fits with that typeface. And yeah, kind of a couple different versions of how it works with other colors as well. Oh, cheers, Carl. Yeah, it's just this. I mean, this is just one of many different ideas. Like the way that you were thinking with your mock-up, that's exactly the way to think about it. You know, I wouldn't start trying to like get waveforms into the M and that, because sometimes you can get very into customizing and going a bit crazy with the lettering, and it can integrating like the mark into the logo type can work sometimes, but it's something that I've seen done a lot and not done to great effect a lot of the time. It is tricky. It's tricky. Like as an example, I don't know if I've got it. Let me search for it. There's a logo I did years ago. Pronto. I got that logo. Is that it? Pronto. This might be it. This was a client project from a long, long time ago. God, this is going back years. Oh, that would not pass accessibility. So this was literally just taking the word pronto and just customizing the type in the P.
Pronto.
Pronto. Hey, you need the pizza da pronto. And I think it's one of those examples where you... Well, hopefully I got away with it. And it's just one word. It's quite simple. Oof, yellow. Oh dear. Rianne's going to be like, what is this? That's the accessibility police pulling up outside my house. But yeah, so trying to integrate something into the lettering sometimes can work, but it can very easily not work as well. And I think it's also, again, obviously we talked about scalability and all that nonsense already. Oh no, I've hit the edge of the workspace. But if we were going to turn this into like a vertical version as well, you know, this could quite comfortably work vertically. Obviously just check your alignment because you got the like italic sort of nature of this. So just make sure it is actually visually central rather than just technically centered. And it would work as an app as well. Oh my God, will you be quiet? What are you meowing about? Gooseberry. Shut up. I got nothing for you. What do you want from me, huh? Yeah, so you got like a nice clean app icon there as well. Bish bash, bosh, bush.
You've just come in.
This is the other one. This isn't Crumble. This is the noisy one. He's like, where am I? What's happening? Eh? Why are you so noisy? You're so noisy until I pick you up. He never meows when you're holding him.
Baby.
They're both babies. Aren't you? Now you're just like, why am I sat in this weird human-like upright position? Big goose, aren't you? You silly goose. I'm going to get hair all over my Dansky top now. It's going to be all hairy. Carrie! Wait, Carrie's already here.
I'm saying Queen Poppy, so...
Oh, right, okay. Okay. Oh, dear.
They do love attention.
They do.
Oriental Siamese.
They're absolutely bonkers. Both of them. They are.
Noisy.
Very, very silly. Right. Before we do any more, I'm just going to try and do a marketing and just promote the courses. So if you are interested in learning design with me, if you're enjoying what you... if you're enjoying what you like here, that doesn't make sense. If you're enjoying this stream and you want to learn how to design like a professional and not just make pretty things, and you want to learn software like Photoshop, Illustrator, and you want me in your corner kind of helping you through that process, then this is the Pro Designer Blueprint. Where is it? Oh yeah, there we go. Bye. With this ultimate course bundle, you'll gain the skills I've mastered over 2 decades as a professional designer. Hello, cool, right. Yeah, if that does look interesting and you want to learn with me, there is a link in the stream description. Okay, next. What is next? That's a good question, Dan. Oh yeah, you did the. Oh, let's switch it up a bit. Let's do some Photoshop. Raquel, what is this? What am I doing with this? The drunk camel.
Is anything loaded? It's just black.
No, it's meant to be black.
Okay.
Whatever you want. Okay. Wait, what? I need a purpose. You need to give me purpose, Raquel.
Which says, where do you source music for the trailer?
Envato. Envato. Yeah, link in description. I get everything. Music, sound effects. Honestly, Envato's music library is so underrated. I used to have subscriptions to other platforms that were specifically for music, and I stopped all of them because Envato's music was just better. Right, I need to remind myself what I'm looking at here. So this is all AI generated for the drunk camel. Yeah?
That's cool.
It's an ad for a perfume for rough adventurers. Okay. I mean, I think it looks fantastic. The main thing that looks really weird is this is like floating. It's not actually on the sand at all. So the desaturation, get rid of that. You want the warmth and the saturation and this. A camel copy. How is that a text layer? But it's a camel. What? That would imply that this is a font. LTC Fleurons. That's actually a font. What the hell? I didn't know that. Okay. Right. El Camel. Ha. Okay, what we doing? We got that layer there. Right, so first of all, I'm gonna... This is all done with AI, so we're gonna continue the AI trend, and we're gonna get some sand over it. Sand. So it looks like it's buried in the sand. That's probably the first thing that stands out to me. Exactly, Rianne, yeah. We'll try a few more generations. We'll see if we can get something a bit better.
Wait, is the camel a font?
Apparently.
How?
I don't know. Little puddles of sand. Okay, we'll do generate similar.
Can we have Dan in the background making sandcastles? Yeah.
Hey, if someone wants to generate that, I ain't stopping anyone. Oh, that's nice because it kind of matches the sort of slope as well. So that really makes sense. Yeah, these are good. That's too perfect. That's better. So we'll go with that one. It's also too upright. It's a little bit too perfect. So I'd probably put it on an angle, but I've just trying to figure out how you've done your layers. The sky looks a bit weird as well. Oh my goodness, these layers, what's going on? What is going on? It's like picking up someone else's design file. Like, where? Sky replacement. Oh, that's way better. Oh my god, yes. Oh, the drama in that sky. We are 100% using that. That's powerful, that is. We're going to boost the vibrance, though. We're going to boost it up. Yes. And that's a really nice palette. You've got like the beiges, you've got like the warmer colors of the sand, and then you've got like a bit of contrasting blue as well. They use that in movies all the time. Like the blues, the cold, cooler blues, and then warm orangey yellow colors, and they contrast the two. And it just looks amazing. So many movies, you'll see it like have like a really kind of dark bluey greeny background, and then they'll have like yellow lamps and things, and it just looks insane. Drunk Camel. Right, what else? What else? Well, we need some sand, don't we? There's no sand. So have I got a sand brush? If I do, it's from Envato. No, I don't. Okay. Maybe dust particles. They could work. Air particles? Let's have a look. Nope. We don't want to do that. Let's see if I can find a sand brush. Yes. Dunes. Oh my God, is that a sand brush? Right, let's see if that's any good. 30 sand dunes. Okie dokie. Let's download you. Install. We don't need that. Right. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Let's see if these are any good. Doo-doo-doo. Could just use this to add some extra drama into the scene, although this could be a bit much. We don't want to like obscure everything, especially the product. This one could be quite good. So we could kind of use this to do like a kind of horizontal thing, and we're just going to rotate the brush around and adjust the scale so the whole thing just feels a little bit more random. There we go. Blending mode, maybe. No, yes, no. But we will drop the opacity down. No, we'll change the color. Make it more sandy. Not like this, and not white, but just introduce a little bit of beiginess into it, which kind of matches the sand here as well. And then we'll try.
Oh, no.
Drop in the opacity, and we'll bring it down. So it's not obscuring the whole product, because it's just annoying. What knowing? Like,
No spam.
Where's spam?
Spam.
Who's spamming?
Raham is spamming.
Raham! Stop spamming or you will be destroyed. What was he saying? Was it anything good? Anything of substance?
It just said how to rotate brush again and again and again.
Reham,
Really?
were you promoting your OnlyFans? Come on. Oh, I think layer-wise, this is pretty tame. Like, sometimes this sort of stuff can get into the hundreds. Right, also we've got this sort of weird outline thing here. This fringing, this halo, as it's sometimes called, around the edge. So we need to get rid of that, and we have to soften the edge as well, because...
Ooh.
What's happening?
Paul's made his own one in the Discord.
Oh, God.
In the meme ski bit.
Oh, good Lord. Oh my God.
Like,
Are you ready for this? Oh my God. That is so good. My tummy's rumbly. In fact, Paul has actually done something that I do like here. the lettering needs to have the same styling as the camel. So idiocy aside, let's go and do that as well. So we've got the texture and that applied to the camel. It's just moving on. And then where's this bit, the logo? Yeah, so we'll call that. Let's type, drag the effects on there. So it's kind of got the same sort of effect. Oh my God. That's just ridiculous. How did I change the color? What have I changed the color? Do you mean of the sand? Or what have I done? Never gonna hear the end of this now. Yeah, I actually do eat sand. True story. It's what I eat every day. It's very high in protein. Right, how am I going to cut this out? Because I don't know. I'm not sure what the background and the image are like separate things here. Raquel, what's happened? How am I going to... Right, no, I don't know how I'm going to do that. For goodness sake. Okay. How am I going to do this? Right, I have to delete a bunch of layers and then wrap my head around this. So we're going to call this, we'll call that emblem. That's on there. We've got the sand in there as well. Sand. Particles. So you're on top of everything. Cool. That's the sand fix. So that's nothing. That's part of the bottle. We'll get rid of the shadows because that's irrelevant now anyway. This is how I kind of try and clean up files and understand other people's files, is I just turn the layers off one by one. Oh yeah, vibrance, sky replacement, that was me. So that's cool. So we're just breaking everything down into different pieces so I can then figure out how to sort this out. So that's... Okay, so there's the product. There's the background. So is this going to work? I kind of need to just fill that in with something rather than having the product. You don't want to have the product on its own layer in the main document, but then also have it cut out here. You just kind of want to leave this one as the main image. Otherwise, you've got the cutout of the product and the cutout of here to contend with, and it makes it very, very difficult to change anything. It's not what I wanted, Photoshop. That's better. That's a flipping good job, actually. So now let's save that and go back here. So we should be able to turn the product off and on. And that still works. Flipping out, that was lucky. That was lucky. Right. I'm going to go product. Sky replacement. Desert. Foreground. And then I don't know what this stuff is. Get rid of that. In fact, I was called desert. Okay, so the reason that I had to do that and separate this was because now I've got the product here on its own layer, although the sand fix. Okay. Right, so we're going to combine these together. In fact, we're going to make a copy before I screw this up. We'll combine them together. So now I need to separate the product from the sand. There is a reason for all this. So we'll do object selection. It should do a pretty good job with the new update. Yeah, it's pretty good. So if I turn this off, right, there we go. New product. And the reason I did all that was so now I can edit this edge as well. So we can make a selection here. And we're just going to bring this in, can contract the selection by, say, 2 pixels. That might be too much. We'll go 1 pixel. So we're bringing it inside the edge. I would pen tool this if I was doing it like professionally. But we've done that before and we don't need to go through that again. And then rather than just cut this out straight, I'm going to soften the edge by feathering it by 0.5 might be too much, but we'll see. So then we'll delete the mask and re-add it. Oh no, that's pretty good. So otherwise you get like a really hard edge and it can look a bit unnatural, and softening it slightly just makes it feel a bit more realistic. Right. Okay, so now we can turn these different elements back on. I feel like the whole thing needs to be a bit warmer as well. So I'm going to try... actually, no. We'll start with color balance. I was going to use color lookup and just load a LUT, but you don't really have much flexibility with that. Whereas here, we can actually warm the midtones up and actually add quite a lot of warmth into this. You could go for something more stylized, but I think just warm that up. The shadows, we don't want to go too crazy. So we could set the whole image on fire, and we don't want to do that necessarily. Yeah, so just a little bit of warming. And then curves, we could introduce a bit of contrast. So a little S curve, a little bend down, and pull it up here. Can be quite nice to just add a bit of contrast. Let's get rid of that. That's for a nighttime scene, so we'll get rid of that. And what else could we add to this? we could pull focus to this by adding something into the background. So if we go solid color adjustment layer, pick that same sort of beige sandy color. We're going to hide that. Press B for the brush tool. And you could use a sandy brush for this, but I'm just going to use the default soft brush. Set the flow to 2%. And we're just going to use this to brush in some like mist, a bit of fog. We could do a little bit in the foreground as well, just to kind of support the sand particles a bit. If you're trying to create something really dramatic and epic, you can really use this to good effect. And you can layer it in quite thick, but this is just like subtle. Might even drop the opacity. And then if we copy merged, we'll call this final, make it a smart object. We can then go into a camera raw. And maybe we could play around with temperature and boost it even more. Yeah, I might do actually. Why not? Why not? Punch up the vibrance, effects, maybe a bit of texture. Little bit of green. We'll try the lens blur actually. This might be quite good for pulling focus on the product. This tip, shift, and click. A bit too strong, but or maybe it's not. So it could be a really good way of pulling focus on the product. I think if I were to do it again, I could go and do this, but it's just a bit of unnecessary faffing. I'd have the product on a little bit of an angle to make it feel more natural, like it's just kind of there in the sand, probably pointing it in that sort of direction. Dan, when is the next submission date? I don't know. I think we'll probably do these a bit more again. We've done like a lot of design stuff, and I think it'd be fun to mix it up as well. And I think these are helpful. Are these helpful? Sort of taking your work and just doing my own thing with it, because we can do this more if people enjoy it. But yeah, Polly, if you want to post your design submissions into that folder in the Discord, that channel, sorry, then when I do the next one, I can pull from that. Or if you're a student already, just send your work to me and I'll give you feedback whenever you like. Do 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 do. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it has been a while. We've not done a competition for ages. Oh, maybe a logo design one we've done. It's been a while, hasn't it? Right. Oh, I know what I didn't add. I was going to add some sharpening. Yeah, it's just going to crisp that up even more. Maybe a little bit of noise reduction. Yeah, it does look pretty tasty. What about the shadow? The product's like very dark anyway. What about some more shadowing? So if we just wrap all of this up in a product folder and adjust the exposure, maybe brighten it up, and then we'll grab the gradient tool, clip this to the product, and then we can just adjust the lighting. So we could kind of have some more dramatic lighting and use it to enhance the shadows a little bit. So we could just add like a little bit of extra light to that edge. Let's try and getting rid of that. It kind of reinforces that halo around the edge. So I'm going to try and get rid of that. There we go. That seems to work. Nice. There we go. So we get this sort of extra little splash of light, but we don't get that halo around the edge. And then we just copy the new design, paste it inside the smart object, and then all those smart filters get updated. So, oh, let's do a before and after. I love a good before and after comparison. So before, after, before, after. Drunk camel. Yeah, I know. The Illustrator needs the Photoshop gradient tool. They need to like steal it. I need a break from corporate design contests soon. What contest? Are we doing Photoshop, photo manipulation, impossible surreal craziness? Or are we doing clean logo for a thing? So we're either doing Photoshop creative madness, or we're doing like logos and branding or something. What do you guys want to do as a competition?
We're doing a competition.
We could do. I think the last one, the UI design last time was it was a game design, so it was very specific. And I don't think a lot of people, well, we didn't have many people enter that one. So maybe photo manipulation or logo design. I think they've been some of the most popular ones. Branding would be fun. Yeah, I like branding as well. Yeah, of course, Kyle. I'll just I'll chuck you back the Illustrator file, then you can have the whole thing. That's why I kept everything sort of editable as I was going through it, just in case I could chuck it back to you, and then you've got the shapes and the lines, and you can edit bits and pieces if you want to. Rianne's like branding. Yeah, I think that would be fun. Right. What time is it? 5 o'clock. Do we have time for one more?
Do we have time for one more?
Oh, thank you, Rajiv. Rajiv just boosted the server and also acquired legendary status.
Paul's done another one.
Oh, for goodness sake.
The meme ski.
This is out of control. Oh, dear me. Paul, what are you doing to me?
Life would be rubbish without Paul.
Oh, it's just so funny. Paul is the meme. Like, that is Paul's channel. Paul owns that channel.
Oh, Raquel. Thank you.
Oh, she's got an incredible voice, Raquel. It's 12 a.m. here in the Philippines. Oh, what, midnight? Oh, my goodness.
Philippines.
The Philippines. Oh. Oh. Right, what am I doing? Okay, we've got one more logo. We might have done this one a long, long time ago. I actually can't remember. Pink Beauty. This one's actually got like a really cool mark as well. But typographically, which kind of follows on. This is literally what I was talking about in that email I sent earlier. If you didn't get it and you're on my mailing list, check your junk mail. It's all about fonts, typography, and mistakes to avoid. Seriously, it's good. If I can say that about my own emails without sounding like an arrogant ass. But yeah, right, we're gonna copy this over. Right, so the mark is really cool and has potential. So we'll pop you to one side. It's the typography that really is a problem. Pink Beauty with a beautiful mock-up. Right, so we're going to get rid of that. We're going to type some words. I can't see what I'm typing. That would help. With a beautiful mock-up, my darling. Beautiful mock-up, my dear. Yeah, the gradient running through all the individual shapes is not good. Easy fix for that is a compound path, which deletes the color, which is great, but then we bring it back. And now immediately that's already better. Just running the gradient through the whole thing. I don't want to say never, but never have the gradient running through each letter individually for a logo design. I can't think of a single example where that would ever be good. I don't think. Right, there's a weird stroke thing around here as well. This would look way better without it. So we're going to get rid. No, you're not going to let me get rid, are you? That's helpful. Maybe I can select them somehow. Can I get rid? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that. Way better. Yeah, we don't need that kind of nonsense getting in the way. There's some thin lines here, but already that's just a lot better. So we'll do the side-by-side logo. But I mean, even if we just look at this, First, we've gone from that. I mean, there's so many different things that could be improved here in terms of the size of everything in relation to everything, the spacing, the logo mark is way too close to the type. Just by making a few changes, even if we've not even got to the font yet, it's amazing how you can clean a design up so quickly. So now, Pink Beauty. We need a beauty font. Ooh. Got any good ideas, Pops? Fantastic. Love it. Good stuff. With a beauty mock-up. What's a good beauty font? A gradient on the type is a no. Yeah. I think it might be, yeah. Should we go makeup? Is makeup 2 words or is it like hyphen? Or is it 1 word? 1 word, I think, isn't it? Natalia. Natalia. Hey. I'm Italian again. Natalia. So look. Oh, that is very fancy. Agency. Oops. Font. No, it's too spiky. I feel like they're, yeah, what they've got could work, but it's just not quite right. I mean, it doesn't help that it's a very like super clean mark as well. Nobelluno. Right, maybe we'll put a pin in that one. Do do do. Pink Beauty. Gistelia. Let's have a look. Chistelia? I probably spelled that wrong. Oh, that was a good find. Let's have a look at this. Oh, maybe. It's definitely along these lines. I got a few alternates there. What about lowercase? It's definitely in that sort of vein, yeah. Maybe a serif. Didot. In fact, while we work on this, actually, let's get the gradient into the mix as well. If you want to add gradient to a text, it's not simple. First of all, you've got to delete all of the color, then open up the appearance panel and add a new fill there. And then you can go and add your gradient. So it's a bit weird, bit of a workaround. So at least when we're picking fonts now, we're seeing the gradient.
Oh, Jason's on.
Hello?
Jason's on.
Oh, I thought you said something then. Hey, Jason. How's it going? You're a beauty therapist. You should be able to help me pick a font.
Yeah, what do I use? Garrett.
What do you use?
Garrett.
How do you spell it?
Garret.
No, not got it.
It's on Canva.
Canva. Oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, Mike! He's either back or he never left.
This isn't for me. I'm not Pink Beauty. I'm Beauty with Poppy.
I thought you were going to say beauty with pink then. Yeah, so because we've got the descender on the Y there, or the tail, I should say, we can nestle that quite nicely in there. Although I don't know about the lowercase. That does look a bit odd. And that looks... How do I feel about that? Yeah, uppercase and really, really light can sometimes look a bit weird.
Hi, Neil.
Neo has arrived!
Mr. Kez Plays is also a great channel. Go subscribe to Mr. Kez Plays and Tai Chi with Mike because they are fantastic.
They're legends. And they literally live like a few minutes around the corner. Okay, right. We could spend all day picking fonts, and that's no fun for anyone, and my tummy will be far too rumbly afterwards. So let's have a look. Try and line this up. I mean, I think even that, I think it's fair to say that that is an improvement. So if we were to take that, and then we'll throw it up there, make it larger. Can we centrally align everything? No, because of that descender, which is unfortunate. But an easy fix for that is just to nudge it down. Just space it all apart. Or, for the vertical stack version, we just bring the size down a bit. And then it's kind of away from that tail. Yeah, that's pretty good. And this icon as well. I probably would redraw that, honestly, if I was doing it from scratch. And then this makes for a tidy little app icon, if there was an app for this. Shuffle you up a little bit. Yeah, that's worked out pretty well. So, where's your before? So it's kind of similar to what I was saying with the first one. There's just too much stuff going on. You can add lines and things, but sometimes they can create more problems, and they don't really sometimes add anything. And when you take things away from a design, that's sometimes a really good starting point, whether it's a logo or a flyer, a poster, or whatever, a social media post. We've talked about this before. You just sometimes put too much stuff in there. Sometimes take things away. So like, you know, here we've got these dividers. They're way too close to the text. They don't really add anything. This bottom text here doesn't feel central. The gradient doesn't run through the whole thing.
Less is more.
Less is more, exactly. The gradient runs through the tagline as well. It's just, whoa, too much gradient. Let's calm down. And the gradient's running through a lot of these characters individually. And quite inconsistently as well. And then we've got these sort of weird little details in the logo, which when you scale it down, just get lost. There's just way too much going on. And the logo mark is way too close to the logo type. There's just a lot of things, too many things going on, and then we could just easily clean it up. Obviously play around with 50 million fonts and just keep playing around with it. But you could see very, very quickly and easily, we just take out a bunch of stuff. That's all we've done, is take out stuff, fix the gradient, and just streamline the use of color. And then again, all it does is come back to the fundamentals. This font down here, that ain't anything revolutionary. In fact, I could change this to Times New Roman just to make the point again that I was making at the beginning, and to echo what I put in the email earlier. Literally, picking even Arial or Times New Roman will give an infinitely better result if you just execute it well with spacing, alignment, leading, tracking, all that stuff. Do that correctly instead of picking fonts. I think sometimes people get carried away with picking different fonts, and it's actually the fundamentals of just working with the very basics of type that is the most important stuff. That's why I cover that in my courses, because it's just so... Yeah. Promo segue, blah, blah. There's a link in the description. Oh, I've done all that. That's why I cover that stuff, because it's just so important, and it's something that I still see over and over again with the design review submissions. So that's why I'm always just banging on about the same points, the fundamentals. And they've got a nice little app icon up there as well.
Get us those chickens.
Get us those goddamn chickens. That's why I like teaching this sort of stuff as well. I get quite excited by it, because it's a lot of people will have like a really good creative idea, and all it needs is the technical execution. Just needs tightening up a little bit, take out a few bits that are unnecessary, and it's nothing that's technically complicated. It's just learning how to design professionally and kind of cover the fundamentals. The same with the photo manipulation stuff. You know, all of the photo manipulation things. Again, that's why I teach that in the first class Photoshop course, like before you even get to the advanced stuff, is because the fundamentals are things that I did wrong for a very long time. And as soon as you cover that, you have that solid foundation where you know you're doing the fundamentals right. When you then get on to doing more advanced stuff, it's amazing how much better your work can be instantly just by covering off the fundamentals. And hopefully we've demonstrated that in today's stream somewhat. Oh, thank you, Jason. I do. Yeah, I do. I'll agree with you there. It's just because I like teaching. I actually like teaching, and I genuinely give a shit. You know, I'm sure there's people out there that just want to sell you something. That ain't me. I like teaching. And it's nice when people have problems as well, and they get stuck with things, because it's like, I remember this. This used to drive me insane. Well, this is how you get around it. And so it's nice to it's always good to feel helpful, right? Makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Favorite fonts? Oh my goodness. Oh, I honestly, I couldn't even answer that. I think asking me my favorite fonts is like asking me my favorite color. Like, it's just too many. And obviously I'm biased as well. I like using the, what is it, Active Grotesque or something? It's the font I'm using for a lot of the Dansky branding stuff. So that's probably my favorite font at the minute, because I'm using it for everything. But well said. What did I say? Or was that someone else? I don't know. How many fonts do you currently have? I don't know, but I'm going to have to look it up now you said that. Font book. 1,133. Which, considering like Envato's got tens of thousands, I think that's tame, right? That is like exercising some self-restraint. How often do you stream? Oh, we usually do it twice a week. It's been a bit slower recently because I've been doing one thing or another, but yeah, we're going to get back to doing more of these ones, I think. I need you to submit your design work. The what is it? Design review folder. I've nearly caught up on a lot of those. I think we've done most of them. So if you do want a chance for your work to be featured in the next stream, there's plenty of space available. So yeah, please send me your things. Send me your designs. It's very easy, Jason. Yeah. Especially when you're... I mean, there's lots of free fonts online, but even in Vato, like, they got so many. Like, they got billions of things. Look at all this stuff. It's just ridiculous. It is actually ridiculous. Let's just go. Oh, handwritten. I mean, just look at it. I think the main problem with the platform is that you could probably just sit here and spend an entire week just downloading fonts. And then your family will be saying, "What? Where are you? Why haven't I seen you for the entire week?" They just all look so flipping good. I'd love to be able to preview the text with them. That would be cool. But yeah, these are so good. Some of these are so cool. Oh, look at that. That would have been good for what I was just doing, actually. But no, I'm not going to open that door. I could sit here forever and just keep fonting away. But now my tumbly is a bit rumbly, so I need to go and get some food. Oh yeah, Hannah's, yeah, really cool. Yeah, if you want to easily animate your designs, I posted a video earlier today. There's a platform called Spline. They've got like a new kind of sub feature within that platform that's all about 2D design. So it makes it super easy to animate your designs. And I've got like a 20-minute getting started video that I would definitely recommend if that's something you're interested in, because it just makes animation so easy. I don't use Freepik, no. I think I probably would if I didn't have like paid subscriptions for things, but would you design your own font? I have done, yeah. Yeah, Font Self is the plugin that I've used for this. So I've got 3 fonts. We've got Dan Sans. We've got Sparta Sans, and then we've got Cyber Sans, which comes in 2 weights. Hello. So yeah, these are all 3 fonts that I've designed from scratch. So I did all the lettering, the punctuation, all that stuff, and then plugged it into the Font Self plugin. I have done a video on that actually. So if you type in Font Self and then Dansky, it will come up. It's like a red thumbnail with a guy going. It's a really good plugin. It's like I think it's buy one time and you own it. None of that subscription stuff. And it just makes it really easy. You just design all your characters, drag them into the panel, your A through Z and all the punctuation, and then boom, click, 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 and you've got a working font. It's really cool. It's so good. I'll type it in the chat. I'll find the video. I'll do your one better. There's probably other platforms and things as well that do font creation, but this one's just so easy. It's just a panel, extra panel that you just drag the characters in. Me going on a downloading spree. Oh, it's an interesting comparison. Oh dear. Right, well, thank you very much for joining. I've had fun. Have you had fun, Poppy?
I've had jolly good time.
All right, love. I've had a jolly good time. Have you enjoyed it, Rue? No, you're just staring at the table. There is definitely something wrong with those cats. Oh dear. 1 minute he's going meow meow. The next minute he's just. Oh dear. Ah, right. Yeah, so submit your work for the next one in the Discord. And we'll do another one of these because I think they are fun and hopefully they're useful. And if you would like to learn to design professionally with me using Photoshop and Illustrator, I've got a link to my Pro Designer Blueprint in the video description. If you've got any questions... Thank you very much for that. If you shut up. You ruined my segue. Yeah, so if you do want to learn design with me, ignore that. She's not part of the program. Then there is a link in the description. And if you've got any questions, just hello@dansky.com or in the Discord. I'm always around to answer questions. Anyway, have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Should we play the trailer again? Or is that too much?
Do it.
Shall we?
Yeah.
It's not overkill?
No.
Come on then, let's go!